The next thing I want to do is look through my sketchbook and show you a few things. Now, I did this one back in 2024. Back then, I was on a mission to fill a sketchbook with all sorts of bouquet flowers and whimsical, just anything interesting. I, unfortunately, was not able to complete that. And there is a good reason why I stepped away from art. And it was mainly due to some of these health that I had to oversee. So I'm not going to get into the details of that. I want to keep that private to myself. But so I had to pause and just focus on taking care of them and also be able to have my job and pay my bills and take care of my cats. But this is one I did in 2024. I really love this one, and it's very cute. I think I used soft pastels, and I painted with it with water. And I believe some of this is marker, but I just don't quite remember exactly the tools I used. This one is all marker. I do remember that one. And yeah, this one's very lively. Let me see if I can zoom out a little bit more so you can see it a little bit better. Yeah, this one is definitely very lively, very bright. So this is definitely my colors that I tend to reach for when I paint. I tend to want the bright colors. I want them to be bold. I also like things with a dark background as well, so I could go either way with most of the stuff. And then here's more of a simplified bouquet. This one I did in 2025, so I must have went back one day and painted, and this looks like it's all marker. And then here's, you can't tell, but there is a long vase and then flowers with it. So let me focus a little bit more on that top part. There you go. Yeah, so I really like working with pen and ink. It's very meditating. So yeah, that's a crazy bouquet. I don't know if that type of bouquet could actually exist, but in a creative head, it does exist. And here's some more, it's more doodles, what I was doing with this. I think I just was warming up and just trying to come up with something creative. But it's not done, so maybe I'll finish that at some point. I don't know if that focus is good. And here's another one. It's a potted plant. And I'm going to zoom in on the top part so you can see the detail. I would love to put this into a painting. Not sure if I will. If I do, it will look different because most of these I don't think about beforehand. I just draw a shape of a pot and then I just start creating my flowers. These are sketches I have done, and a lot of times I will just take a pen and just sketch. I don't always use color when I'm sketching, just because I want to just work out the composition and maybe what I want to put in it. And colors always change on me, so when I get to the paper or the canvas, that's when I feel inspired by color. When I see it laid out on a canvas or the paper, that's when I know like what colors I want to start working with. But this one, I'm going to start with this one. I drew the bird kind of funny. It's like turned around, like looking over, but the beak is not. I messed up on the beak. but that's okay because it's just a sketch. But these will be flowers, my whimsical flowers, and that one will definitely be very busy to draw or to paint. And then this one is a bouquet or potted plants, and I put a ground and a background to it. So that might be something I paint next. I'm not sure. I really don't know which one I'm going to paint first. I do have more. I have this one. It's a smaller one. It would definitely be longer. And this one has a daisy, and there is a bumblebee right here. And then my whimsical flowers around it. And then I have two more, and this one I'm going to go to first. And this one is another bouquet, and it's just roughly sketched. I kind of like this one. I could just see like a very dark red, like a maroon color behind it with maroon curtains. I could see yellow and maroon and maybe like a lavender in it. So I'm starting to see color in this one. So that might be the one I start with. Don't know. And we have this one, and it's definitely a busier one again. And it has my swirly flowers, which is like roses, or well, I say peonies, others say peonies. So I don't know what the correct pronunciation is, because I heard two pronunciations with that flower. And then like little tiny flowers. Don't know what those would be considered, but. And then I always like that cotton, that stick with the cotton on it. So I have those there with this one. Then I have some where they're fruit, pears, and then a bouquet, and then maybe a stained glass behind it on a table with a tablecloth. I kind of like this one. I just don't like how I worked out the fruit on it, so that part would change if I would be painting that one. And then this one is with a butterfly, a daisy, a ladybug, and just a bunch of random flowers on the bottom. And this one I definitely could feel like it would be fun, especially painting the butterfly. I don't know what colors I would paint it. I'm the type that I tend to not want to always do realistic colors. I like to do my own. It's like make-believe. And then here's another pot. I put lines on the pot, so make the pot more decorative than I normally would. And then here's my bouquet. And again with the curtain and the window in the back and the tablecloth. Not sure if this one, it's simple. I'm not sure about this one yet. I might have to still work this one out. I don't know if it's going to translate well. It looks good on the sketch, but I'm not sure if it will translate well when I paint, get it on a piece of paper or canvas. And then this one, flowers and cherries, and I wrote a note cherries, so I remember what my thoughts were with that, and then just a bunch of random flowers. And I'm not sure if I like this one. So usually what happens is the ones I don't like is the ones that people tend to like, so not sure. So those are the sketches I have so far in my sketchbook, and every week I want to try to get to the sketchbook and just like sit down and create a few quick renderings of what, like bouquets or like outdoor scenery that would be whimsical. So now the question is, what size do I want to paint these in? What do I want to paint on paper? Do I want to make it mixed media? To be honest, I think I'm leaning towards painting something a little bit different than what I normally do, which is my bouquet of flowers. So I'm thinking about starting maybe with the bee. I like the composition of this, and I think if I keep it more on the smaller size of it, I won't get so lost in it. So maybe like, I don't know, maybe like an 8 by 10, maybe a 9 by 12, somewhere in that general area of a size. So I'm gonna go through my paper and I'm gonna see what I have. And a lot of what I am doing right now is using the supplies I have. So I don't really want to go out and buy a canvas. But if one of them kind of speaks to me where I should buy a canvas, then I will. But I don't have any canvases on hand. So I think I'm just going to use maybe a watercolor paper and maybe do mixed media on it. So thank you so much for watching this video all the way to the end, and please like and subscribe. I would appreciate it. From this point going forward, I will still be making some videos with ASMR, and I will also have some videos where I talk. I know that one of my videos is going to be sorting through the closet. I don't know how much I'm going to actually film with that. But I definitely will show you the before and after. It's kind of a mess and I need to figure out what to do. I also am still working on my quilt. I haven't gotten to it in a while. I still have to cut down the fabric pieces. So that is slowly getting worked on. But right now I'm going to kind of tidy up. I'm gonna get some of the colors out, get the paper out to start this next painting. And please make sure you like and subscribe. I appreciate it, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.